This unfolding saga began with the issuance of an eviction notice sent to Landmark, a renowned beach tourism establishment in Lagos, on March 18, 2024. 3 weeks earlier, Nigeria's federal government unveiled plans to construct a 700-kilometer coastal road stretching from Lagos to Calabar. Landmark, a fixture on the Lagos coastline for the past 17 years, found itself directly impacted by these developments.
We started Landmark 27 years ago, by the way, and worked in a number of countries. We sold our European business and decided to focus here on Lagos. We bought this site in 2007, and over the last 17 years, we've developed to this stage. I do understand that this coastal road, Lagos to Calabar, is an important infrastructure development, and we think it's a great project. It's there for tourism. Most cities and countries on the coastline have coastal roads. There are projects that have to be done sometimes, and that are in the overriding national interest, which is how this has been cased. And as a result, people have to give up some of their rights for those projects.
On reception of this notice, discussions with the government commenced, marking the beginning of negotiations that Landmark asserts were absent prior to the notice being issued.
So I think, look, I've had some conversations with different levels of government. I think a mistake has been made. I think there'll be more conversations to be had. I'm pretty 95 to 100% sure that this will be reversed and in line with the government's policy of enabling businesses and enhancing businesses. I'm sure we'll be saved.
A week after this interview, the Landmark Group witnessed their worst fears materialize before their eyes. Sand-filling activities for the coastal road had commenced, gradually taking away a significant portion of the cherished beachfront. This area has been a cornerstone of Nigeria's economy. According to Landmark, it has attracted investments totaling over $100 million over the past 2 decades, sourced both locally and internationally. And the livelihoods of 4,000 individuals are directly tied to this coastal gem, with an additional 12,000 people benefiting indirectly from its economic activity.
We just got a notification out of the blue that there's going to be sound filling, and obviously when you walk around you see the markings on the wall, ROW. I understand that represents right of way, which inevitably means that we are on the right of way, and therefore things up until the marking would have to be removed. And if that happens logically, all the vendors on this beach would be gone. And for me, I'm distraught, as you would expect. I'm somebody who's come from the diaspora to invest here. And having taken the pains to build something from scratch, we're being told it's not going to exist, which inevitably means there won't be beach activities anywhere within the city that is within a drivable distance without you consciously joining the clogged up roads already out of town just to see water.
While Nigeria's Minister of Works, David Umahi, says jobs at Landmark won't be lost, many jobs within the Landmark ecosystem rely directly on the beachfront.
We from the Swimming Federation, we have so many stuff wanted to do, aside what Landmark intended to do. So as a personnel in Landmark, this came as a shock, because you watch them sand filling, then so many things goes on your mind, and then you begin to think, I'm losing my job.
In coastal cities worldwide, the development of coastal roads has become a hallmark of progress, fostering economic growth and enhancing transportation efficiency. While the Landmark community stands in favor of such infrastructural advancements, they contend that a more judicious approach could be taken. Now, you've proposed a solution to potentially reroute the first 1.5 kilometers of this 700-kilometer stretch of coastal road. Can you tell us more about this?
The original coastal road was lined up 200 meters to the north of us, where we're sitting today, where we're sitting now, and which is currently called Water Corporation. And there's a median that has been cleared and still undeveloped till date there. So there's no, if anything, it is inherently cheaper because you save all the money from building that stretch of road, which is about 1.5 kilometers, because it's already there. You have to upgrade the road, and over time, you can do it. If you want to do it on the waterfront, you're going to fill the waterfront, you're going to dredge, you're going to allow it to settle. I don't know what the terms are, whether it has to be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, right? And then you're going to then try to engineer on top of it. Our solution, I think, is a very simple one. Because it's the first 1.5 kilometers, just move it back to the original part. This road comes through Landmark. At the end of Landmark Beach, it diverts back to the original part. So there's simply no reason why it doesn't really hurt anybody else in this area apart from Landmark Beach.
As a pivotal entity within Lagos's vibrant beach tourism scene, Landmark welcomed over 3 million local and international visitors to its shores in 2023 alone. Amidst this bustling activity, voices echo concerns that a more thoughtful solution could have been sought, one that wouldn't jeopardize the existence of this establishment and the livelihoods it sustains.
This is the second time I'm having to wake up one day and find that my business is affected. The first time was at Sokomo when we were looted and burnt. And this one, second time, I'm waking up to find that my building and my business is going to be affected. Now, I had hoped that we would find a way forward and we would find a win-win situation, but the sand filling and the sand piling is just causing confusion, it's causing heartache. I'm hoping for a way to be able to preserve my business, which is that we can be open to the public and they can have a beach view.
This is where I work over 3 years now, and I have been surviving through this business. Like working here, this is where I work and pay for my bills and my school fees and take care of my family. Everyone is in great fear right now to lose their job.
As it stands, it appears that the federal government remains steadfast in its plans. As sand filling operations persist and beachgoer numbers dwindle, so do the livelihoods of thousands employed in this vicinity. This not only casts a shadow of uncertainty over the future of beach tourism in Lagos, but also deals a significant blow to investor confidence, highlighting the repercussions of arguably abrupt decision-making processes.
For the past 3 days, the federal government has continued to sand fill the ocean and demolish structures along the first 3 kilometers of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, starting with Oniru Beach. The Minister of Works is directly supervising the demolition exercise. The next beachfront is that of Landmark. Before the bulldozers crush the shanties, business owners scramble to keep what they can save from the demolition. There is no time left for negotiation.
We need job. We don't see in Nigeria. The ones they give us, we are not seeing it. They have collected from our hands. They should come and provide job for us.
The minister is insisting that the landmark properties are intact and that the owner of the investment has no title to the 250-meter shoreline, which is the right-of-way belonging to the federal government.
No claim for landmark. He has no claim. We spared all his infrastructure. We don't pay for shanties. And even those shanties are on our right-of-ways, 250 meters from the shoreline. So he has no claim. We made all the efforts to spare all his infrastructure. And that's why I say he's a politician. Me, I'm an engineer. And so while he plays the politics, I do the engineering work. You know, yeah, I don't know the attention he's seeking for when things are very practical.
The government has completed 1.2 kilometers of concrete pavement and hopes to finish up the gazetted 3 kilometers before the end of May.